September the 19th, 2024. Guys, the Caribbean is really heating up right now. Check this out from the Canadian model. We'll look at the timing on it. The GFS model also has this. I don't know what's wrong with the Navy model right now. We'll take a look at it. It hasn't really updated since before our last storm came ashore. Don't know if they had to spend that money on high heels or they couldn't afford the new satellites, whatever. Anyway, right here, September the 25th, the storm is setting there. 26, it's right there. Notice your timestamp, bottom right. As it moves forward, it looks like Panhandle of Florida. Right there's a 26 still. It's moving very fast once it winds up. Very large and very powerful. Again, still at the 26. Let's go forward. 26, it's coming ashore. So that's, what do we got? A week away from this thing coming into the Gulf and then rapidly strengthening and moving straight north through the Florida Panhandle and Alabama. If it curves like it's predicted to do there, it will be forced by the high pressure area to curve left instead of right like they normally do. We'll watch it again and go out over west or northeast Mississippi and Tennessee up the river really. Again, the Navy model hasn't updated anything since September the 12th. I guess it's just high heels, skirts, things like that. Makeup cost a lot of money, surgeries in the Navy. So be it. This is GFS model showing basically the same thing. The timing is a little different on the storm. It may be because we have two systems out there that could form, but they're watching the one that's in the kind of in the central or south central area of the Caribbean now. This is GFS model slowing it down 26. Notice that date. It's here instead of over in this area, coming a little further to the left. It doesn't move quite as fast. 28th, right there. And the GFS model is very accurate short term. You go out further, it becomes less accurate. But look at what they're showing by the 29th. Look at how large and powerful that system is. Now, this one's showing coming in to Florida, but skating out and back into the Atlantic towards the northeast. Watch it one more time. Some of the largest models that I've seen, especially this year. That's big, but it strengthens because it just now come off the Yucatan and starting to get into warmer waters again. Look at the purples in the center of that. You notice your chart over here. This is millibars of pressure. That's what we're seeing. That's the 30th setting right there. Again, this thing lingers a little further to the west in the Gulf of Mexico than what we saw on the Canadian model. Now, looking at the overall side of our planet on the satellite images here, guys, we've got different storms. This is the one they're watching right there. See that? That's the one they're paying attention to. But they're watching the entire area for maybe two systems to form. You've got a smaller system here and the one that's below it that we just looked at. And if we look at the wide view of our satellites from the African coast over to the U.S., you can kind of see that there are definitely some changes in the way the intertropical convergence zone is working. Things like that's a little further. Now, right here, 7-day forecast is giving a 40% chance of cyclone formation in 7 days. A broad area of low pressure could form by early next week over the western and northwestern Caribbean Sea. Thereafter, gradual development of this system is possible, and a tropical depression could form. Now, it's going to get much stronger than that. You've got a 30 and a 20% chance of these two systems. More than likely, they're going to be pulled into the Atlantic. We'll keep an eye on the center one right there just to make sure, but this one definitely is headed north. But guys, we're watching. I know it's a short video, but I want you to plan for this coming in. We got a week out from now. And, of course, we're going to keep a very close eye on it here. So heads up, guys. Be safe.